All right, I'm only going to mention this because I may make references to things that have happened. And when we start watching these videos, or especially this video, things might seem a little on the confusing side. I'll probably make this little disclaimer. This particular project is being filmed out of sequence. And that's only because as I was doing the other parts, I just, at that particular time, it wasn't easy or convenient to film things as they were happening. So when it comes to the design portion of this, I will walk everyone through what I was doing and why I did it and all that other sort of stuff. Let's just say that the design process, and this is one of the reasons why it wasn't practical to film it, took, gosh, I think it was 6 hours plus before it was all done. So anyway, this is out of sequence. I'm going to actually upload them in sequence so it'll look like, but I'm concerned that as I talk about things, I'm going to sound awfully confusing. Anyway, here's my first attempt, my project at casting a mug. And this is an idea that came up while I was with my trivia buddies on a Thursday. And I'll probably explain that part when I talk about the design and such like that. So anyway, I need to make a flask. Long story short, I should have just tried to pretend that everything was going the way it was supposed to. Long story short, I need to build a flask for this, a special flask, because this needs to be poured this way. Okay, so when it comes time to pour this piece, it needs to stand up, it needs to be vertical. None of my flasks do vertical, with the exception of the one that I use for my flower pot. That is cast vertical, but because of the handle, I cannot use that. I have to have the split mold and then set it up on end vertically. All right, so here was a discovery. Again, another one of those times when it's sometimes better to be lucky than good in building this flask, because I'm not a big fan of building flasks, which is why I went to making aluminum ones. I've got half a flask that I used back in the day to make my custom ingots, and then I bought the cast iron molds, and so then I kind of went away from that. But anyway, here is that flask. And as I put the cup here, the mug, in that, this is pretty much the size that I was going to need to make. So I did some measurements. Each section here is 10 inches. And that's going to work perfectly. And so I need to make a second half of that. So I went digging around my scrap wood, trying to find a comparable piece. And just to show you that I probably found a piece that was from the same pallet that this came from, because you can see how beat up and bashed up that is. So that brings me to this piece right here. Okay, and again, part of being lucky rather than good, and this might actually be why that first one is the dimensions that it is, because this is exactly 40 inches. I didn't remember any of that as I was looking over that first flask. So I've got another piece of pallet wood. We got this part here that I'll just make certain that where the two pieces meet, they'll meet on the good solid sides when I put them together. So let's get this going. Actually, what I'm thinking about doing is stopping right here, because I think, if I remember right, I have a video of where I made this, so I don't need to show making this part again. But what I do want to do is show the modifications of this part, because what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to find a side that's halfway solid here. What I'm going to need to do, see if I can back that out a little bit, is one of the cutouts needs a cutout for my pour basin, and then the other one will maybe I will do it on the same one, I'm not sure. But anyway, one I need a cutout for the pour basin. I need a cutout for my vent riser, so that when I'm pouring this, the sprue is going to come down here, connect. Just showed some of my flaws, so that when it connects, I'll gate it down here, and then it'll fill up, and then, for reasons that I'll explain, I got this bottom here. In fact, those of you who are vets of casting and such like that, if you bother to watch my small little channel, you already know why I need to do this bottom. I didn't see it until after I 3D printed this and was explaining how I was going to cast this to my wife, that I realized, oh, whoops, I had a problem with my design. And anyway, the vent sprue on this side, and then I'll have the vent come up there. All right. So next thing you'll see when I film will be after I have the completed second part, and then when I make those modifications. All right, I got the four sides all cut and such, and I think this is the way that I want them configured. Okay, and so then if I put the cup all the way down to the bottom, it looks like I want my sprue to be here, so I'll notch out that corner, and then make certain that when I put my nails in, that I not driving it through that empty hole there. And then my vent riser, probably I might get away with being able to put it dead center, and that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably measure it. Let's see, find my handy dandy device that I could use to measure. If I put it at, I'll probably put it, okay, so it looks like we're 11 inches, so at 5.5, I'll cut out a notch at 5.5. And so I will go ahead and start that. All right, immediately looking at that, I'm not sure that's big enough for a pour basin. So I'm thinking I'm going to make that at least 1 more inch. yeah, already by doing that makes me feel better inside. Okay, so woodwork is not my thing, and then I was beginning to wonder, oh my goodness, did I make that too tight of a turn? But it looks like my jigsaw, actually, this was my dad's, my adoptive dad's. So, goodness sakes. I think we bought this shortly after they returned to Idaho in 1978. And at the time of filming this is 2025. Even if he didn't get it quite that soon, I'm positive it was before 1985, because I'd used this a time or two when I was in high school for a Jawa thing. Was I in high school or junior high? So anyway, this thing could be as old as from 1978 to today, or as young as 1985 to today. And it still works like a champ. Still works like a champ. Anyway, I cut that in, so I'll go back and I'll clean that up. Then I'll put this thing together. Again, I'll do that off camera, because I've already done a video of making boxes. And then I will come back and talk about what I need to do next. All right, got the other part done, and it's a box. Okay, so stuff gets rammed up. Okay, mold comes out. There's going to be a core that goes in. Okay, so this guy then also rammed up. Pull out the master, and then it gets set up. Core gets set in place, and then this has to slide in, and it has to do so pretty precisely. Okay, so whatever I do for guides and such on this, okay, they have to be on these sides here, and I can already tell that you might be able to see it. I got these guys here. There is, okay, I can make that gap, make that there, and then there's a bit of a gap on the other side. Okay, so I got to make certain that whatever I do, that those things fit and do not move, tight enough that they do not move, loose enough though that I can easily slide them into place. Okay, and the hope is whatever I come up with, and I ram these things, because, you know, eventually ram, and then the top and ram. Okay, so okay, so if I do that, then that means I gotta add stuff to this box for fall into place. Well, the stuff that's going to hang over, the flush stuff will be here. And I don't know why I've already decided that scorch mark, burn mark is going to be up there. It's kind of funny. I guess I want my burns to be consistent. That's hilarious, actually. Didn't do that intentionally. Just kind of seemed like the right thing to do, because this will be where the fire is, unless of course it goes shooting out. Which brings me to another thing. The one thing I am concerned about this, and let's see if I got a. This might be the right size. Boy, that would be another turn of good fortune. No, it's a little bigger, but that's all right. I can still use it for illustrative purposes. I also need, boy, that's not even straight. Let me try to find something a little more straight for demonstrative purposes. Okay, I also need a top and a bottom that I can screw down. My concern is this way, with me doing this vertically, I'm not going to have I can't put weight on it like I do when I'm casting this way. Which, when I'm casting this way, what I have to worry about is the cope lifting up. And if I weight that down, it's not going to go anywhere. I cast this way, I've got hydraulic pressure going out both. Not only would it make it spread, but then my concern that sand wouldn't be heavy enough that it would push the sand out. And so I need to do a top and bottom. So here's how I envision it. Put in my piece, ram it all up, and then screw the bottom on, flip it over. This guy goes on top, ram it all up, pull the master out, my pattern out, flip this over, pull the pattern out along with my sprue and whatever gate I'm using, and I'll probably just cut that. And then whatever I'm using, I'll probably just cut the gate, or excuse me, the riser. I might put something in there, and then I don't have to do that. Anyway, and then actually what I need to do is, after I ram it, put the lid on, pull it off. Okay, then it's got it, then pull the pattern out. Okay. I don't know why I'm doing all this stuff in my head. I just want to make certain, I guess, that I got as much of this down. All right, so I got to find some plywood. And, well, I've got this piece if I want to cut it. I'm wondering why I have that. I wonder if I just had cut this out so I had this when I was ramming. Except that doesn't make any sense because I've got my normal particle board that I use, Cameo, when I'm ramming stuff up. I'm not sure what this ended up being. I'm looking at my other flasks and I don't see one. So I'm probably going to use this for one of them, and then I'll go ahead and put the screw holes in. I think I need to do this, put the top and the bottom. I need to do that before I put the sides on. Yep, I'm gonna have to put the tops and bottoms so that this board doesn't end up being in the way, and it also fit. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to think about this now. I could do it just so that I got to make certain it doesn't go all the way to the. I'm trying to think here. Think. No, I don't think I actually have to do the tops and the bottoms first. Well, I'll think about it and then I'll make whatever decision I'll make. All right, here we go. I got the side panels, because they actually will be side panels, not tops and bottoms. I think I said tops and bottoms before. And I didn't, I chose not to film, not because I was trying to avoid showing mistakes, because I'm going to point it out. This one I originally put on the wrong side. You can see the screw holes that I put in, and slapped it all down. I went, oh, that's not going to work, because this needs to go together this way. Needs to go together that way. All right. So next thing, I need the handles, registration marks, I suppose. Maybe I'll look that up and try to remember what it was. Oh, another mistake I made. I was going for the corners, and of course I put that right where I've got nails in that one. Anyway, so hopefully that's a big enough target for my pour basin. Should be. And then that's definitely big enough for a vent. And if it turns out I'm not digging that, not liking how that looks or anything, I can certainly make things bigger. I could even cut out into the other side if I had to, but kind of wanted to avoid that. All right. I'm going to think about what I'm going to do for handles there, because then I think I need, whatever I do, I need to be able to, I think, screw those down too, so that these things, I mean, I suppose I could use clamps, but I think I would feel better if I had handles that went there, and then I could screw them down so they got to stick out a ways. Stick out more than the ones I typically do, for sure. All right, I'm going to think about that, and that should be the next thing you see me putting those on. Or maybe not even putting them on, but having put them on. Next chapter. All right, got the handle things on that I wanted, and I used some old wood that I had for an inflatable raft. One side of it was yellow and the other side was stained, so that's going to make it real easy and obvious to know where things are going to be. Okay, so I've got both the register marks and then the side panels. And I was going to do something different initially and not do these sort of conventional ones, because conventional ones work really well top bottom, and I wasn't sure side to side. Okay, so here's how this is going to go. Okay, this gets rammed up. I got this side's rammed up, okay, and the two sides, and that's going to be done horizontally like it normally is. Okay, and then this is going to get picked up and put on its side like that, and then this one's going to get picked up, put on its side to match this way. Okay, now from what I can see is when these things fit together, there's going to be some slack unless I make sure that I line it up to one side, and I think I'll line it up to this to the right side, assuming that this is left or right. Okay, now there's nothing going on right there that fastens anything. What hit me was when I was trying to keep this box attached, when I was coming up with the putting the handles register marks on. And what I had done is I had put a clamp there, and I had put a clamp here, and I'd put a clamp here, and I thought that's how I want to do it. I think we'll find out after that first pour. But these clamps rather than screwing the top or the two sides together. Okay, and as you can see how much play and slack there is there, but I think what I want to do is line it up. I just pick which side I want to line it up and try to remember that, and I think I'll more easily remember if I line it up to the right hand side, and that'll be true when I'm doing this horizontal, so that when I flip it up vertical, do the same sort of thing. All right, flask is done. I just need to wait for the last of the 3D pieces to print, 3D printer piece, and what I'm printing, what's finishing off right now should be one side, the second side to my core mold, because this is going to need a core. All right, next time you see this flask, I should be putting sand in it. All right, I think I'm going to end this segment of this project right here. Thanks a whole bunch for watching. If you found this video entertaining, informative, or any such things like that in any way, shape, or form, please like and subscribe. Blessings.